This is a very special episode of the Oddcast. It's something we've never done before. We're going to turn this entire episode over to you, and we are going to let you handle this one. We received so many messages and talkbacks about Bob's decision to retire. We couldn't play them all. It took Max like weeks to hear them all. And we want to make sure that Bob knows everything that you feel. But we also want you to know that we got your message and it landed. And a lot of times we just sat like after the show was finished and cried. We were so moved and we're so grateful and we're so appreciative. And so today's Oddcast, you're up.
We always have an odd one in the crowd.
So it's kind of odd.
Decidedly odd.
Doesn't that strike you as a little bit odd?
No, that doesn't strike me as a little bit odd.
It's the Bob and Sheri Oddcast with stuff we wouldn't, couldn't, or shouldn't do on the regular show. Now, here's the Oddcast.
Hi, this message is for Bob. This is Amanda from upstate New York. And Bob, I wanted to call and say congratulations on your retirement. I hope you have the most wonderful time with Mary and all of your kids and your expanding family. And I've been listening on 98.5 The Cat in Hudson since you began with them. So 25 plus years, and I have hardly missed a day in all of that time. And my son was raised listening to you as we drove to school, and now he's 29 and listens to the podcast every day on his way to work. And you have been such an important part of our lives, and I've had so many important life lesson conversations with my son related to things I've heard on the show. It was so often such a good segue into having some difficult conversations in a lighthearted way. And I wanted to thank you for always being so open and honest and vulnerable. And I've laughed with you. I've cried with you, like hundreds of thousands of other people. We've been through it all together during all of these years. And I am so grateful for everything that you have given me and my son. And I'm happy the show's continuing, but you will be very missed. And I wanted to let you know how important you are to us. And clearly in listening to all of the other messages, that is not a unique situation. So thank you for everything. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your life with your beautiful family, and I just wish you nothing but the best.
Hey, Bob and Sheri, this is Derek in Los Angeles. First, I wanted to thank you both for using your platform to raise money for the Red Cross after the fires here. I know several people that have lost homes, and that help is going to go a long way for those recovering. But this message is mainly for Bob. Bob. I'm a long-time listener and first-time caller. I've been listening to you both from the beginning, starting in middle school carpool, where you're constant playing almost every morning of Ants Marching by the Dave Matthews Band. Cultivated my almost 50 concert now somewhat obsession with the band. That led to high school carpool, where your constant playing of Tub Thumping did not make me a lifelong fan of Chumbawamba. But from there, I went on to college outside the Charlotte area, where I still followed the show when I could, streaming through the website, and finally to grad school, where the podcast was a godsend for late-night homework projects. I'm now living in Los Angeles for over 15 years, where I've met my wife, started a family, and I'm working at my dream job, making movies for Disney Animation. Every morning around 10 a.m. Pacific, I begin my workday loading up the podcast, starting with Tangled, to both Frozens, both Moanas, Encanto, Wish, and now the second Zootopia. Both you and Sheri have played an integral part of getting me through, which can at times be pretty stressful, workday with fun and laughs. So Bob, next time you're watching a Disney movie with your grandkids, just know that you and Sheri helped my work of bringing laughs, tears, and dare I say magic to children and families all over the world. And don't worry, Sheri, Lamar, Max, and Doc, I'm going to keep listening. Bob, I think you will agree that Sheri Lynch is the GOAT. And Lamar, I expect you to break out those juice boxes for Zootopia 2 in November. So cheers to you, Bob. I hope you have an incredible retirement with Mary, your kids, and grandkids. And if you're ever in the LA area on your travels, let me know. I'd love to show you around. And thanks for the laughs, Bob. As you always say, good luck to you.
Hi, guys. I just wanted to say thank you. I'm so grateful that y'all are staying on the air. I know Bob's gone, and I'm going to miss him because I really did consider him a kindred spirit. I also wanted to say, y'all do a great job. Y'all may not know it, but y'all are our friends, and we love you. We're going to miss Bob. We really are, especially his humor. But I want to say thank you for being part of the soundtrack of my life. I've listened to you for years and really appreciate everything you do because y'all have gone from state to state with me. I'm in Wilmington now, and this is Patty. Shout out to WGNI, today's hits, yesterday's favorites. Thanks, guys. Love ya. We'll talk soon.
Hi, this is Terry. I'm a first-time caller and long-time listener. Hello to all the Bob and Sheri show team. My goodness, with just one day left, I wanted to congratulate Bob on his well-deserved retirement. And like so many others, let him know that he will be missed. Bob, be proud of your hard work and dedication to us, your listeners, because you've left a lasting impact, and we love you. So now you get to focus on yourself. Trade in those deadlines for some sailing the high seas, man. Take some naps. But I know the focus hasn't all been on you, but that's okay because I lived in Hamden, Connecticut, and love it when you reminisce about the area. Although I do wonder why Glenwood Drive-In wasn't more of a favorite spot for you. Max, Sheri, Doc, Lamar, Bob set a high standard. I love you guys too and look forward to the show. I hope from time to time Bob gets to pop in, and because he's like family and we want to hear all about how he's doing. The grandchildren, vacations, Mary and Finn, all things Hilton Head. But no matter where life takes you, sweet Bob, remember we carry you in our hearts. We love you. Be well. God bless. Bye-bye.
Good morning, Bob and Sheri. Well, Buster Bob. You finally retired. Maybe one day I'll see you in my travels and, we could enjoy a nice lobster and some wine together. Not really wanting to wine, but I could do the lobster. Mr. Bob, heard you throughout the years, you and Sheri, but right now I'm dedicating it to you, Bob, since you retired. We actually share something, Mr. Bob. We share when you got married, well, the last time, I believe this is the last time, 2010, in August of 2010, as you were getting married, I was being shipped off to Iraq. So we have that. So as your life was changing, so was mine. Hey, have a great one, Mr. Bob. Or as the kids call you, Chit Chat. I love it. I love the show. Love everything about it. Yeah, take care. Bye-bye.
Hi, Bob and Sheri, Max, Lamar, Doc, and everyone. This is Karen in Pennsylvania. I've been thinking about phoning in this message for weeks. I know that I'm late, but I hope you can forward this to Bob. I'm home from school today on a snow day, so I'm taking the time to gather my thoughts on Bob and the Bob and Sheri show. Yes, I'm lucky enough to live in a school district where the kids still get snow days instead of flexible instruction days. It's awesome. Bob, congratulations on your well-deserved retirement. I just wanted to chime in like so many others to tell you how much the Bob and Sheri show has meant to me over the years. As a kid, I used to watch you on PM Magazine. I think I found the Bob and Sheri show sometime in the late 90s or early 2000s. Instantly, it was easier to get out of bed because I wanted to hear you guys. My local station played Best Of starting at 5:30 in the morning, then the regular show at 6. They also played Best Of on Saturday mornings. I was so upset when those idiots took you off the air. I couldn't find anything even close to being as smart, clever, funny, earnest as you all are. Any other radio host just left me feeling annoyed and sad. Thankfully, I discovered streaming and later podcasting. You've heard it so many times before, but it's true. You were there riding shotgun through so many ups and downs, making me smile and laugh, and genuinely making my world and the world a better place. January is a hard month for teachers. Ugh, every month is hard, but January is so hard. This year, as the days and weeks went by, I would think to myself, oh, January will be... Hi, it's Karen in Pennsylvania. Sorry I'm so long-winded. And yes, I'm reading this. I knew I would get nervous and sound even more stupid than I do and forget something. Anyway, as the days and weeks of January went by, I would think to myself, oh, January will be over soon. But then I would instantly do a double take and think, oh no, January will be over soon and Bob will retire. But I'm happy for you, and I know that Sheri, Lamar, and the crew will do a great job. One last thing. I love that you're getting your birding supplies at Wild Birds Unlimited instead of going to Walmart or Amazon like most of us do. It is so on brand for you, and it just makes me smile, Mr. Restoration Hardware. I've been feeding and watching chickadees at my home for over 25 years. And although the phrase did exist in my memory, I never once thought or said, well, hello, my little chickadee. Now I can't see one without hearing that line with the appropriate inflection and thinking of you. To be honest, at first I thought it was going to annoy the hell out of me for the rest of my life. But no, it really makes me smile to remember you and all you've done for me and thousands of others. Bob, enjoy every minute. Be well. Please keep us posted. And good luck to you. Thanks.
Hey there, guys. I want to try to send this, but as soon as I hit the button, I start crying. But part of it's happy tears for Bob. But I just wanted to share. I just got through listening to the podcast where y'all were talking about how things were going to change and how things were going on. By the way, this is Linda Jo. Anyway, when you said that about guess who else's world changed today, changed big, and you said Bob, and I said, yeah, Mary. But I just had to share that. Thank you all. And Lamar, you just tell people that say bad things about you that they're in the correct position, and that's in the position to make light lips and kiss your ass. I love you all and have forever. Love you, bye.
Hey, Bob. Hey, Sheri. We are calling from New Hampshire right now. We just wanted to say congratulations to Bob and wish you a happy retirement.
Yeah. We've been listening to you guys for 5 years now, and we have had many laughs, and a lot of you have come from Bob, but we love you guys, and we will be happy but sad at the same time to see Bob leave. We love everyone on the show. We like to listen to you guys day and night. Anyways, love you guys. Bye.
Dearest Bob, this is Lori in Spartanburg. Congratulations on your retirement. I'm so happy for you, Mary, and your family. I followed you for years, first on PM Magazine in the 80s, and then found you again on January 17th, 1997, on the radio. I know that date because that was my first day at a new job as a physical therapist. My co-workers, Owen and Julie, listened to you every morning in the clinic. If the patients came in and the show wasn't on, there was hell to pay. I heard your voice, and I said, I know that voice. I've always felt connected to you and Sheri, and Owen was the first of many. You probably knew Owen. He and his wife Jean were great friends with Lamar and Carla here in Spartanburg. My greatest connection with you, though, is how much you remind me of my dad. He was a disc jockey at the local station WCTR in Chestertown, Maryland, in the late 50s while he was going to college. We moved from Chestertown to Charleston, where he worked at WTMA as a DJ, and then in sales, and then on to Spartanburg, where he worked for WORD. I have many memories going to the stations with him as a child. My favorite job was using the magnet to clear the tapes on Saturdays to prepare them for re-recording. I was fascinated with the equipment, the console, and I loved sitting quietly, listening to him record. I was fascinated that I could hear my dad on the radio, and I loved listening to him. As a longtime listener, I marvel at the way events in our lives seem to track in parallel. Bob bought a house. We bought a house. Bob bought a bigger house. We bought a bigger house. Bob divorced his first wife. I divorced my first husband. Bob lost the bigger house. I sold the bigger house. Thankfully, Bob met the love of his life. I, too, met the love of my life. Bob bought, well, you get the story. Through it all, day in and day out, life event after life event, for the past 28 years, you have been a constant presence in my life. You and Sheri brought laughter back into my life after each loss or tragic event. You made me think, things Bob didn't know. You made me cry, Sheri, becoming your gold best friend. You modeled resilience, grace, an encyclopedic knowledge of music, a strong sense of self, a great sense of humor, perfect timing, and more than a little bit of sarcasm. Bob, my dad, passed away in 2010, but hearing your voice on the radio each day somehow kept me connected to him in the same way I used to hear his voice on the radio as a child all those years ago. Thanks for the memories, Bob. You're an icon, a titan. Who needs a Marconi to know that? You'll be missed, but always held so fondly in my heart. Love you, Bob.
Bob. Happy February 1st, your official first day of retirement. This is Caitlin from Lexington, and I just wanted to say thank you for all of your service and for the many years on the show. I started listening when I was in middle school and always enjoyed the banter and interactions that you and Sheri had on the show. So enjoy your retirement, enjoy spending time with your grandbabies and discovering and looking at new birds and just enjoying the world around you. Happy retirement. Thank you again.
Bob, my name is Kelly and I'm calling from Bangor, Maine, and I just want to let you know you will be very missed and thank you for all the years and years of laughs. I hope you enjoy your wife, your children, and your grandchildren and take some time for yourself, period.
Hi, Bob and Sheri. This is Rachel from North Carolina, long-term listener over 20 years, and I am just so excited for Bob that he's retiring. Just wanted to say congratulations. I had a funny situation once where I felt like Bob sold me a car. So I was at a car dealership and the salesman came up to me and immediately I felt like it was you, Bob, talking to me. He started saying his name was Bob and he used to live in New Haven, Connecticut. And I asked him if he ever heard of the Bob and Sheri show and he said no, but I was like, whatever. And I continued talking to him and I just immediately felt connected. And when he tried selling me the car, I just said yes. And I don't regret it. I love the car. Had it for a couple years. But I always felt connected. And I was like, I feel like Bob just bought me this car. And it was perfect because I would listen to Bob and Sheri all the time when I would do my traveling to and from school or work. So I just wanted to let you know that I see you and I connect to you guys everywhere I go. So thanks again. And congratulations, Bob.
This is Nelisha from Lexington, Kentucky. It is January 31st when I'm listening, and it's Bob's last day on The Real Show. I'm really sad to get caught up when I do. I listen to you guys on my daily commute. It's like almost an hour both ways. But yeah, so it's a really sad day. I've thought about it. It's been in the back of my mind. but I hope you the best, Bob, and everyone else. I'm excited to keep listening. So that's all. Yeah, bye, guys.
Oh, Bob, this is Matthew from Lexington, Kentucky. The first time I interacted with y'all, now in Greenville, South Carolina. I just wanted to call and thank you for changing my life. A very brief call into your chat room years ago set me on a trajectory to realize that my friends and family would affirm and support me, and your brief comment encouraged me to come out. And 20-something years later, I have been married to my wonderful husband for years, and I'm just so thankful that your show gave me the courage to be me. So don't ever think your show is about nothing. It's actually about hope. And it's about giving people a voice and changing the world. Thanks, Bob. Happy retirement.
This is Joel, longtime listener. I've loved your program for decades. I wish I could have heard it more, but through circumstances of work, not being allowed to have radios and whatnot, I feel like I've missed so many things. But I guess that's also given me a greater appreciation for every snippet that I've been able to hear throughout time. And I love the reflecting over the years of people's favorite moments. I love hearing these. I love all the impactful moments you've made in my life. Times I can remember being late for school and work because I had to listen to some more of the show before I went inside. But totally don't regret it. I never did that for any other program ever. But I wanted to tell you this, Bob, that you remind me so much of Charlie Brown, where Charlie Brown can do the same thing as everyone else and maybe not get the same exact treatment, or maybe he's overlooked when he's really the unsung hero. And everyone in the Peanuts gang there absolutely had to have Charlie Brown, even though they might not have shown it outwardly. They really love Charlie Brown. And you've made such a great impact. Even though Charlie Brown might not have felt like he did, he really was. And that's what I want to leave you off with, Bob, that even though you might not think things should be the way they should be, they really are, because you make a difference. Thank you.
Alright, Bob, we gonna miss you, man. I've been listening to you 30-some years. Used to listen to you when my mom was taking me and my carpool people to school, to middle school. And I'm 45 now. So it's been a long, long time. We're gonna miss you, Sherry. We all love you. Lamar, man, you are awesome. The rest of the crew, y'all are great. Enjoy your retirement, Bob.
Hello, all. This is Meg from Saugerties, New York. Bob, congratulations on your retirement. I have just the thing for you to do in your retirement. You are going to write a multi-volume books about The Godfather, about what drinks pair best with The Godfather, what foods pair best with The Godfather, all the little innuendos about how they made the movie, how it was created, the actors, what this meant and that meant in the movie. You can write about what is the best time of day to watch The Godfather, who is best to watch it with, how often to watch it. And Mary will not be able to yell at you about watching it over and over again because you are doing research for your book deal. Thank you for all that you have done, Bob. You will be missed.
Hi, Bob, Sheri, and everyone else at the show. This is Angela in Maine, and I am calling for the first time. I usually just message on Facebook, but I wanted to tell Bob I'm really going to miss him, and I'm so grateful that I met him up here in Maine this past summer, and I hope he has a great retirement. And I hope y'all have a great day.
Good morning, all. My name is Beth. I'm going to miss Bob. He has been such a heartfelt for me and has brought so much joy to my mornings of sitting out in my cold truck warming it up before my husband gets out here. I just want to hope that his retirement brings him lots of joy. Looking forward to listening to him every now and then when he pops in. Thank you guys. Y'all do a great job. Thank you for being in my life.
Hi, Bob and Sheri. David here. Sheri, I'm your friend from the consignment store. And I just wanted to call in and wish Bob the very best, tell him how much we're going to miss him, and also share my favorite Bob story. I've been told that I'm a good storyteller. I don't even know if I believe that, but if it's true, I owe everything to Bob and Sheri for all the incredible stories that they have given me throughout the years. My favorite Bob story starts probably 20 years ago. Bob, possibly going through a midlife crisis, decides to get a brand new vehicle. He trades in his trusty, possibly Avalon, I'm thinking, for an Audi TT. That very winter, a blizzard hits Charlotte. The Audi TT is not leaving the driveway. Pugsley is looking up at Bob like, now what are you going to do? So Bob puts on his trusty black turtleneck, his LL Bean jeans, a pair of LL Bean boots, made in Maine, might I add, and proves his loyalty to Bob and Sheri and all of the fans, and possibly so he doesn't lose his job, and walks to work every single day until the snow melted. I have no idea why that is living rent-free in my brain, but it's there, and I'll never forget it. And Bob turned me on to LL Bean. That's probably why it's in my brain, and I've been a loyal fan of them for the past 20 years as well. But I thank you guys for all the great memories. Can't wait for more. Bob, best of luck. We love you.
Hi, Bob, Sheri, Max, Lamar, Doc, Heather, Tony. My name is Kelly. I'm in Alabama. I'm a longtime listener, first-time caller, and I thought that this was a great occasion to call on the occasion of Bob's retirement. Congratulations, Bob. I wish you nothing but the best. I've just grown to really, really love you, Bob. I'm in my 50s, and right now I work with a bunch of people in their 20s and 30s. And when I told them that you were retiring, they all said, "Oh, I know that makes you really sad." And it does. But I'm happy for you, Bob. Thanks so much for everything.
Bob, I've been a listener since 1997. When I heard you were retiring, my first thought was, I cannot imagine my life without you. That was quickly followed by random memories of Mr. Creepy and you being harassed by how you said panties. Thanks for all the years of laughter. You will be so missed. Have a blessed retirement, and I look forward to listening to the Bob and Sheri show for many more years.
Hi, Bob and Sheri gang. I just wanted to say howdy, and this is Lisa from South Carolina. And this is specifically for Bob, although I do think of all of you and listen to you on a daily basis. But Bob, I just want to wish you the very best in retirement. I am a longtime listener for a number of years, and I used to work with hospice some 20-something years ago, and that's when I first heard you in the radio every day on the way to go visit patients. And your guys' humor and your stories and your awesome personalities just really helped me get through each of those days too. And I would bring some humor that you had and share that with some of the patients at times. But a little funny story, when I first heard that you were getting ready to retire, and I've introduced you to my husband, I guess maybe a year or two ago, and he listens to you guys. And we often, will come home and at the end of the day and say, hey, did you, hear what Bob said about this, or Sheri said about that, or Lamar, or whoever. But anyway, when I heard you were retiring, I went back home and I told my husband that you were getting ready to retire. And actually, as it turns out, I'm retiring in a couple of months myself. And so, I said, oh, Bob, Lacey's getting ready to retire. And then my husband said, so are you going to hang out with Bob Lacey then, since he's retiring too? And I'm like, no, actually, he has a beautiful wife, and I'm pretty sure he will be hanging out with her. Plus, I am also married to you and I'll be hanging out with you. But anyhow, I just thought that was a funny story. So again, just best of luck. We will definitely miss you and your personality and just all your Bobisms, and look forward to when you come and guest up here for us. Take care. Good luck to you, Bob. Bye.
Hi, this is Catherine from North Carolina. First time caller. I can't believe it's taken me this long to call. There have been so many times I've wanted to call before and yell, "Oh my God, you guys are reading my mind." You always make me laugh and bring me so much joy. You guys have got me through some terrible work days and dark times, and I'm so grateful for that. It's so weird. This whole year I've been thinking to myself, what am I going to do in 10 years or so when Bob retires? But it's not 10 years. It's now. I'm so caught off guard. And to be truthful, I sobbed at the news. Maybe it's because I'm not going to change, or maybe it's because I felt such a loss lately in so many areas of life. But through it all, you guys were my stable comfort. You spoke so many truths that I felt, but in a humorous, genuine, heartfelt way. Bob, I will miss you so, so much. You were my comic relief, my steadfast realist, kind of a dad figure, thoughtful and respectful, and had the same perspective of the justice police. I can relate to you and your sensibility so much. Please know that I wish you so much happiness and a wonderful retirement. You certainly deserve it. Please come back to visit on the show from time to time. Okay, now turning my attention to Sheri, Lamar, Max, Doc, and crew. Please, please, please don't leave us. No pressure, but you can't retire. I adore you guys so much. You keep me laughing, and I need a lifeline in this shit show called life. Okay, that's it from me. Take care, Bob, and I love you guys.
Hello, Bob, Sheri, Max, and Doc. Mariah here, longtime listener. I've listened to you guys since middle school, on my way to middle school, high school, and above. 33 years old now. I am just so conflicted over Bob's retirement. Like Bob, I'm a Virgo, and I am ashamed to admit this out loud, but Bob, we are so similar. And yes, I am ashamed because of how many times Sheri has the spray bottle out and sprays you for your Bobisms. But secretively, I get you and I agree with you. And Bob, I am the younger female version of you. Saying this out loud, I'm scared. I'm terrified. What's my life going to be like knowing that I am she-Bob, but here I am. I just don't know who's gonna validate my heinous Virgo thoughts. And I mean, great qualities too, right? But we all know that Virgos, sometimes we're Virgos, right? And we're the same. So I'm scared. I don't know how my life's going to be. I don't know who I'm going to secretly validate. You're my guilty little alliance. I don't have a Sheri to spray bottle me down into submission. So, I'm out here just going wild, but I'm going to miss you, Bob. I really am. And know that there is a younger she-Bob out here, and she's rooting for you.
Hey, Bob and Sheri crew. I had to call in to say, Bob, for the last few years, I have dreaded this moment coming, and I knew it was imminent when Lamar joined full-time. Thank you for giving us the chance to say goodbye. It's been very obvious that you've never been fully aware of the important and positive impact the Bob and Sheri show has had on so many people. I hope you believe it now. You will be missed. And icicles on the Christmas tree? Definitely the devil. There are so many things you've been right about, even if the rest of the gang likes to give you a hard time. Sheri, I know you're going to be busier than ever. Please don't throw your hands up and walk away. You mean too much to too many people. Bob, congratulations on your retirement, and never forget you are loved by so many people. Come back for visits.
Hey, Bob and Sheri gang. This is Ed Erdley in Grand Junction, Colorado. First-time caller, long-time listener. Just finished listening to today's episode, Monday's episode of the Oddcast. And just so glad that the show is going to continue on. And everybody's going to miss Bob. But things are definitely going to continue on in a positive path and look forward to many more years. I do want to make a request from Sheri. She had made a comment, I think it was last week or the week before, that when the time came that the show would just disappear and nobody would know what was happening. And I hope that that doesn't happen. You know, you made Bob do his part and have a good farewell, and everybody got to say things, which was great. But I hope that when the day comes that you let the audience know, and so we can all send our best regards to everyone associated with the show and let you all know how much love there is in the audience. So continue on. Look forward to many more years and love you all. Thanks a lot for everything. Bye.
Hi, Bob. This is Jennifer from Hickory. I have been listening to the show since my son was in kindergarten back in 1998, and like so many people have already expressed, you have brought so much joy and laughter to the start of my day. I bought a Bob and Sheri Christmas tree ornament in 2023, and when my son asked me about it, I told him he knew how much I love the show, and I thought Bob was going to retire soon, so I needed that ornament as a memento of what I have loved for so long. Bob, I wish you many adventures and much happiness in your retirement. You will truly be missed.
Hey, good morning, Bob and Sheri. This message is for Bob, and I have been a listener since 2018, so not very long compared to some of these other messages, but since 2018 I have been a regular listener of the Bob and Sheri show, and I can tell you I've never had a radio station give me so many laughs, and you will definitely be a missed personality, Mr. Bob. And my kids always enjoyed your morons in the news segment in the mornings. Anyway, have fun with retirement. Don't have too much fun, but have a lot of fun. But stay out of trouble. That's what I mean. Stay out of trouble, Bob. And hopefully we'll hear your voice again soon. Maybe you'll call in, say hey, and anyway, thanks for all that you guys do, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.
Hi, Sheri, Max, Doc, Lamar, Bob. I didn't expect to be this emotional over a radio show, but this is Heather, by the way. I've been listening today for days, about Bob's retirement and going through with all of that, and I've been just really emotional about it all. Thinking about you, Sheri, and sort of how that must feel for you. I kind of can't imagine. I know how much my partnership with my dance partner means to me. We've been partners for 9 years, and even in that 9 years, there's not really a way to describe the relationship that I have with my dance partner. It's almost sibling-like, it's almost kind of marriage-like, but not, and we just balance each other out in this way that is so, it's kind of it's just beyond any sort of friendship. And so I kind of get what you guys have. Obviously not the years into it that you have, but I definitely will miss Bob's voice and, everything that he has. I loved his small plates, and, I learned a lot from him, the different things that he would bring to the show, and I always enjoyed his presence. But I definitely will still be listening because I love you guys. Sheri, I wish you all of the grace and the peace that I can possibly wish you for going through this transformation and this change and this new adventure, I guess. And of course, I look forward to hearing everything you have to share. Bob, I wish you the best in your retirement. Thank you guys for the show. Thank you for always being there. I wish you all the best. Bye.
Hi, Bob and Sherry. This is Logan. Logan Pettit. I realize that this is your last show, Bob. And I want to say you guys have been with me through high school and all the way growing up, and I'm sad to see you go. But I just wanted to wish you and Sherry the best. Thank you, and thanks for giving me memories, brother.
Hi, guys. This is Cheryl from Maine. I just finished listening to the final episode. I left a talk back, but 2 minutes is just not enough. You guys have no idea what you do for people. Just your talk about life and the little things and the laughter. And Bob, I'm going to miss you so freaking much. Thank you for everything over the 30 years that I've been listening to you guys. Yeah, I'm so excited for you. I love hearing the happiness and the joy and the excitement for your next chapter. And take care. Thanks again.
Hi, Bob. I just heard on the podcast that Max said that he would put a compilation of farewells for you. So I'm going to give you mine. I've been listening for a long time. I've had, several, 4, 5, 6, things put on the air. The first one was my daughter had set up my birthday when she was like 4 years old. She put streamers up and balloons, and she said that we should invite you next year for our birthday. And that was special. And because, you guys are always, every day, part of my life. And also kidding, I sent in about the list that you do and how Sherry is always so eager to hear it. And the one about the fridge, 10 things you could find underneath the fridge. And the next day you guys commented about the 10 things you could find under the fridge. But I also had my ex-wife who had her anniversary put on her ring finger, which was a big mistake, and how she also had like 20,000 screenshots of her on her phone and, things like that. But I'm going to miss you, Bob. I'm glad you're going to come back around and, do some guest appearances. All right. I got to go. Bye.
Hi, yes. I was just calling because I'm so sad about Bob's retirement. Thank you, Bob, for all your years. I've been a blubbering mess. Sherry, I love you. And your, advice and everything that's been going on. And Max, your laugh, it just makes my day every time. Doc, you're new, but not that new anymore. And then Lamar, oh man, Lamar, you are just the topper of the cake that's come in. So I just love you guys so much, and I wish you all the best. And Bob, congratulations, even if I am sad.
Hi, Bob and Sherry. This is Kay from Eugene, Oregon. I didn't want to miss the opportunity to say goodbye to Bob and let him know how much he meant to us. I was watching your happy hour and just blubbering. I couldn't get through. My poor husband thought I was hurt and was like, what was wrong? And I said, this is Bob's last day tomorrow. And my husband, he knows who you guys are because I refer to you as my besties, Bob and Sherry, whenever I talk about you. And anytime I go out or I have something I want to talk about, I always hear it on the show, and so then I'll be explaining to people, and it feels weird that I'm like, Bob and Sherry. So I just say, my besties, Bob and Sherry, they were talking about this the other day, and I would, proceed to tell them the useless information and the fun information I heard on your show. And so you guys have meant so much in my life, and I've been listening to you since the early 2000s. And I found you on my way to work when I was a welder, and I would listen to you every single morning until I couldn't find you. And then about 7 years later, I was back in the same spot living in Eugene, and I found you again. I went back and listened to every podcast I could listen to on the podcast app, and I just want you to know I love you, Bob, and congratulations. And Sheri, I'm sorry, but this is going to be a great new fix and future, and you all have a great day. Bye.
Hi, guys. My name's Carol. I'm calling from Maine. I'm happy to say that I checked off seeing you guys on my bucket list, but I'd like to see you again if that's possible. I saw you down in Northport at Point Lookout. It was a rainy day, and you guys made arrangements. You were supposed to be outside, and we're inside, and it was great to see you. And my husband was there with me. You might remember us. He's the one with the double amputee, and all the story that goes with it, just like with you guys. And Bob, I just wanted to say that sometimes I kid about you being my brother from another mother, because I'm from Connecticut too, down near, not far from the casino, little town called Ledyard. But I really relate to a lot of your stories about Connecticut and just, how the people are and cultures and things like that. So, and I'm suspicious of pie too. That's why I make all my own pies. I'd love to get one to you one of these days if that's possible, because mine have real fruit in them, whatever variety it is. So anyway, my husband and I just retired in September, and it's weird. It's just weird. Like you don't have to do things on a schedule like you used to, but you have to get up every day and remind yourself what day it is and stuff. It's different. It's nice, and we're enjoying it too. Going to our grandson's ball games and things, and just, doing life and whatever. So, but I wish you well, and I've been listening to you guys since before Sheri had her first marriage. She was planning it, I remember, and it's been that long. So it's been a long ride and a lot of up and downs like everyone. So anyway, before I get too broken up, I want to say goodbye and good luck, and I'm sure we'll hear from you guys, and I'm continuing to watch the show and hear the show, I should say, and look forward to Lamar, being there in trying to fill your shoes. Bye, guys.
Hi, Bob, Sheri, Max, Doc, and Lamar. I want to wish Bob the most happiest retirement. It's been a pleasure listening to you for the past 20-something odd years on the radio and podcast. It's a bittersweet moment because I've enjoyed listening to your voice, and I'm going to miss it in the future. But I also know that you deserve it so well with all the years that you've done with the radio and television show and with the Bob and Sheri show. We wish you the best of luck.
Hi, Bob, Sheri, Doc, Max, Lamar, Heather, Tony, and everyone else. Bob, I just want to say congratulations. You earned it, and I've been listening for over 20 years, and I'm going to miss you. I hope you stop by once in a while. I wanted to let you know that my warm blanket song is 26 Miles, Santa Catalina by the Four Preps. Reminds me of going to the barber shop I went to from the time I was a kid till I was into my 40s. My barber was a neighbor of ours for a while when I was growing up, and that song always seemed to be on whenever I was there. And also, my dad did his basic training for the United States Maritime Service at Santa Catalina Island during World War II, so a personal connection there as well. I wish you all the best, and I look forward to the show as it continues on without the VOB. Take care, everyone.
I knew, this is Marcy, I just wanted y'all all to know how much I love you, and I will always listen to the show, and I love Lamar. Y'all really are all like family to me, even Heather. I listen to you every single day of my life, and I live in Wilmington or Cherry Beach. So, Sheri, I loved you on G&I, and I've listened to y'all for, I'm 52, pretty much my whole life. So it's hard. I feel like I lost my dad. This is so, and now I feel like I'm losing another dad. Because, Bob, I'm a lot like you, but I'm also a lot like Sheri. But I just listen to what y'all say, and I take it to heart, and I try to be a better person. Sheri, you're a real big inspiration to me. I think you are amazing. I think y'all all are amazing. And, Bob, I went on Facebook because I was laughing about you getting hacked. And, gosh, Mary is gorgeous. And I tried to send that jerk a message, but you can't do messages. And then I tried to report it as a report it to Facebook. But yeah, that's a joke. They told me to like shake my phone or something. But anyway, I love y'all all, and you mean the world to me, and you're going to have a great retirement, I know, but I hope you check in every now and again. I'm probably going to have a meltdown the first time you're not on there because it's going to be so weird. That's not because I don't love Lamar. It's just you've been there for me every day of my life. So thank you all.
Hey, Bob and Sherry, this is Lulu. I'm so sad that Bob's leaving. I just wanted to call and just say, Bob, you and Sherry's chemistry on air is like no other. Y'all are just so funny together. I have to say the biggest thing I'll miss, Bob, is your Uncle Creepy. So if you could do some Uncle Creepy before you get off air, that would mean so much to me. I'm sorry I painted you like a pissy, finicky innkeeper, but that is how you really are in real life. I'm just kidding. I do hope you like the redo. Your teeth were insanely white, so I'm sorry about that. Seriously, Bob, I've been a listener since I worked at Carolina Medical back in the 80s and 90s, and I'm just going to miss you. Take care of yourself, and I know Mary will take good care of you. As always, I just love y'all's show. I'm just going to miss Bob. All right, take care. Bye.
Hi, this is Lindsay calling for Bob. I was trying not to call because I know you guys are going to get so many messages with the same sentiment, but I heard two people speak on today's show, and I just related to them so much. And one was the woman who said that she had lost her dad. Her dad wasn't to death, but mine is. I lost my dad as well, and he did die. And I too feel like listening to Bob, he is similar age to how old my dad would be. Just listening to him, I feel like similar music tastes, and just, I don't know, he just reminds me of him in some way, and it has always brought me a lot of comfort to have that just in my ear all the time. I do everything with you guys in my ear, and I will repeat episodes if I'm all caught up. I wish I could just tell you on and on and on. I could be here forever talking, but I don't want to run out of time. And so I second what that woman said about you being like a father figure. And also the woman whose husband said, "Oh, babe, I'm so sorry," when she told him that Bob is retiring. My husband said the same thing to me because he knows. And we're sad, but we're so happy for you. And I wanted to say really quickly that my favorite thing about Bob, or that I know that Bob has done, is when he dressed in a suit and tie to meet his grandson for the very first time. I will never forget that he did that. I will never forget that picture. It's the most precious thing I think I've ever heard. And I just wanted to say my favorite thing about Bob, or a favorite memory. There's lots of favorite things, but anyway, I'm nervous, so I'm gonna go.
Hi, Bob and Sherry, Max, Lamar, Doc, Heather, everybody else that's there, if there is anybody else that I missed. Sorry it took me this long to get to the voicemail to leave a congratulations to Bob on his retirement, but I do want to let you guys know, while my story is not something that's really heart-wrenching, I just want to let you know, back in 1999, I moved from Pennsylvania to Kentucky to start a new life with the woman who's now my wife. It took me 3 years to do that. So in that adjustment, at 39 years of age, I needed something that was familiar, and the morning talk show or morning radio shows that I found were all a little bit too rednecky for me. So then I found Bob and Sherry. And Bob and Sherry kind of gave me that old home morning radio feeling that I was looking for. I listened to you guys all the way through until the Bowling Green, Kentucky radio station kind of discontinued you. And I didn't find you again, probably for maybe another decade until you started the podcast. But now I've been a faithful listener, podcast listener, and frequent talkback caller. And I thank you guys for giving me a chance to put my opinions and my information on the air. Bob, congratulations. I do want to say one thing. I think you should write a book of your own, because your career in broadcasting without ever having to be without a job is a unique anomaly, and you have to write yourself a book and let everybody know what a unique experience it was for you. And I got an idea for a title. You should call it, instead of the Book of Bob, it should be called Bob's Book, subtitled My Life in Broadcasting.
Hi, this is Karina Salerno. I'm listening in the Hudson, New York area. I used to be a casual listener, but about 13 years ago, when I started delivering newspapers, you guys became my boon companions because I crossed over the line, as one listener said, when as a grown-up, I liked the talk as much as the music. Very sad that Bob is leaving, but I look forward to hearing what Max, Doc, Lamar, and Sherry do with the show. Maybe we could get the Docker room back. I will miss lists. I like lists. I like the cost of the 12 days of Christmas. Mind you, I know a few drummers who could really use the gig, so I don't know where they're going to find that. And where do you even hire maids of milking anymore? Does the partridge come with the pear tree, or do you have to buy them separately, or are they bundled for the holiday season? And sadly, I will never know the best way to break down a door. But thank you very much for all the laughs and all the companionship and all the conversations you've all been a part of that you know nothing about. I look forward to stepping into the breach with the rest of you. I look forward to Bob's hopefully frequent visits.
Hi, guys. Bob, Sheri, Lamar, Mac, Doc, Tony, the whole gang wanted to say thank you. Bob, I'm not good with change, and I've always thought of you as a kindred spirit. I wish you all the happiness in the world. Y'all have managed to get me to smile again and even laugh, which has been almost impossible. I had 3 really close deaths in my family, and it kind of floored all of us. It's taken a lot for me to get a smile back on my face, and y'all are there for us every morning. I don't think you realize how much y'all mean to us. We look forward to hearing y'all in the morning, because you don't bring all of the outside drama from the outside world into our world, and we appreciate it more than you could ever know. Just thank you for all that you do and all that you don't know you do. This is Patty from Wilmingwood in North Carolina. Shout out to WGNI, today's hits, yesterday's favorites. Thanks, guys. Love you.
Good morning, guys. This is Lori from Ohio, and over the years, I have learned a lot from Bob. His mansplaining has been very helpful at times, and sometimes it's been very aggravating, and I'm screaming at the radio going, hey, Bob, well, the computer. I'm going, hey, Bob, I know that, duh. Anyway, I wanted to share one of my best things with Bob. We got a new dog a couple years ago, and she's a tiny little dog, so she was a tinier little puppy. And so I would take her out, and we have a fenced backyard, but I would take her out on the leash. And I would be walking around forever in, snow, and I'd have on my boots and my coat and have to be all bundled up. And she's just taking her time. She's wandering around the yard, looking at everything. And I kept hearing Bob's voice going, Ben's just reading the paper. So that would bring me joy, and I would just realize that, yes, this is normal, and my little dog has to take her time and find the right exact spot. So I have continued to think of that when I'm standing at the door waiting for her to come in, and it's cold and 5 degrees and 10 below and all that great stuff. So I just wanted to let him know that he has helped me to be more patient and to realize that some things are just the way they are, and just roll with it. We are going to miss you so much. I hope you do check in, because I want to hear that voice. And, honey, I want you to know one thing. I wish I looked so good at your age. I about fell over when I read How Old You Were in that news article. So I just wanted to say happy retirement. We'll miss you, and I love you lots. And just remember, you're just reading the paper.
I love y'all, and I've been listening to you for a very long time, and I cannot let Bob go into retirement about reminding him of my all-time favorite Bob moment on the Bob and Sheri show. It was right after Sheri had care of me, I believe, and y'all were broadcasting live from Sheri's home. And it was the chat room. Bob was talking to some young man, and Bob did not believe what this man was telling him. And Bob says, I don't believe you, but let me check with Max. He's my bullshit detector. And he said that live on air. And I swear it felt like everything screeched to a halt. The whole world got dead silent for about 30 seconds. Everybody just froze because nobody could believe that Bob had just said that on the air. Bob is the consummate professional, and he said that on the air live. And then it was as if all chaos broke out. It was sheer pandemonium. And I started laughing. I laughed so hard. I had tears coming down my eyes. I totally ruined my makeup. My sides were hurting. I laughed for 30 seconds. It seemed like forever. I had to sit in my car and redo my makeup before I could go into work because I looked awful after laughing so hard. Bob, thank you for so many wonderful memories, but that will always be my favorite. Congratulations on your retirement.
Hi, Bob and Sheri. This is your friend from Maine that does not have a voice for radio. Just wanted to call and congratulate Bob on his retirement. As most of your listeners, I've been listening through many moves and many husbands and still enjoying the show. And Sheri had pointed out something the other day in regarding to your origins, and you were talking about how you survived so long in the business. And I wondered if you had ever realized that, in effect, what you have done is create the Seinfeld show of the radio, because you have created for over 30 years a show about nothing that has been wildly successful. While Seinfeld only lasted 9 years, your success rate is actually 3 times greater and then some. So enjoy your retirement. We will miss you. We hope to see you here and there or hear you here and there. And don't stop coming to Maine. We really enjoy when we get to catch a glimpse. Have a nice day. We love you very much. Bye.
Hi, Bob and Sheri. This is Kim from Charlotte. I called several months ago and talked about how I was like Bob with movie, music, and social preferences. I wanted to call and say, of course, I'm going to miss Bob so much and hearing him every morning. You guys really brighten my day and make me laugh. I'm wishing Bob the best retirement and hope he gets to enjoy all things Bob while still spending time with his family. I do have one question for the holidays. Who will ring the jingle stick?
Hey, Bob and Sheri, this is Laura from Kentucky. Longtime listener, first-time caller. Bob, I know how much you love hearing that. You all described the show as being about cats and Jolene, and I can't remember what else is on the list, but now that Lamar is on the show full-time, which is fabulous, it definitely needs to include bacon. And also, something you talk about with a regular frequency is poop. Recently, you shared with us the story about DNAing dog poop in Europe to determine whose poop deposited a package. And over the years, we heard about Bob having to clean up after Kiki. And then who could forget the story about the sweet release of the dark octopus? It's kind of appropriate that poop would be on the list because over 30 years ago, I was mucking stalls in a barn and the radio was stuck on the station airing Bob and Sheri. So it's kind of a hostage hearing your show for the first time, but didn't take me long to get hooked. And here I am 30 years later, still cleaning up after horses, listening to your show and getting a lot of laughs. So thank you for many years of memories, Bob. We will miss you so much, but wish you all the best to you and Mary in your retirement. Best wishes, and thanks again.
This is for Bob. Hey, everybody. Bob, I've listened to you since I was in high school in the 90s. I just want to thank you. You have no idea what you've done for me. My own dad died 2016. And even though we're Southerners, everything you always said just always reminded me of him still. And I love when you laugh really deep. And I just want to thank you for everything. Good luck.
Hey guys, this is a message for Sheri. Sheri, hi, this is Molly from Sonoma County. I was the one that called about a year and a half ago. I introduced my aunt and uncle at my mom's funeral as Bob and Sheri. I was so upset and couldn't remember anyone's names, but we don't need to talk about that. Anyway, I just wanted to let you know I really am feeling your super sadness about Bob's retirement. Bob, I'm so happy for you, but I worked with the greatest guy at a teaching partner for 25 years, and he had mentioned he was thinking about retiring, and when he ultimately announced it, it was a sad day. It was really tough, and it's been a couple years. I am a golf professional. We were co-teaching partners, and we had so much fun. We had so many kids and adults and golf schools and all this great stuff we did, and we were just perfect partners, and it was a blast. So I'm happy for John that he retired, and I'm all by myself now, and I'm killing it, and I'm doing okay, but I miss him so much. So I just wanted to give you a virtual hug somehow, and Sheri, I know that it's a hard time, but Bob, we're super happy for you. So anywho, I've been listening forever. And Sheri, ironically, I never mentioned this before, but we have 2 daughters exactly the same age. I'm getting ready to write my last tuition check, woohoo, for us. And anyway, that's it. Hugs to everybody in the studio. Bob, congrats on the retirement. Have fun. Don't forget to come back and say hi. And you guys take care. Love you. Bye-bye.
Hey, y'all. It's Sandy from Kentucky. I've called a couple of times. I'm in my car driving, and I hear a caller come in. You know, I'm late. I don't know when this was announced, but she says that Bob's leaving. Bob, what the heck? I am beside myself. I don't know what I think about this, but I really don't like it. I know that. What is going to happen?
Sheri, I was so happy to hear that you were going to let Bob come back and guest speak in the future. I'm thinking it should just go ahead and happen right away, February 4th, because you know he's going to spend all day, Monday the 3rd, thinking about all the lists and tutorials that he didn't get a chance to talk about. One of my favorites was how to break down a door.
Good morning, Bob, Sheri, Lamar, Max, Doc. This is Elizabeth from Winston-Salem. Called in many times, and I would be remiss if I didn't, chime in. I know you're getting lots of these, Bob, but I just wanted to let you know part of the impact you've had on my life. So my mom and my late father had me listening to the show since I was 3. So I am a 38-year-old woman. I've been listening for a long time. Anytime we were in the car on a trip, I was always excited because I loved being at school. So I was very sad when school wasn't wasn't in. But in the summers, and we would go on a trip, I would get to listen to the Bob and Sheri show on the radio for an extended amount of time, not just these short snippets. But anyway, so I'd always been on the periphery, keeping up with you guys. And then 2020 hit, and I was able to take a deep dive into all the podcast options, and appreciate all the shows that you guys were putting out with the Oddcast. And I used to even listen to the shorts, and then, of course, with True Weird stuff. But, of course, the show has been the thing. My father passed in 2021, and, my mom and I continue to bond over the Bob and Sheri show. And I have, after listening and thinking deeply, I know why we love it, because I am her Sheri, and she is my Bob. And we have the show to thank for that. She apparently is my soulmate, where she makes very strong pronouncements. She knows what she likes, and she sticks with it. And I, with my educator and social work hat, are over there talking to her about those pronouncements and those things. We have enjoyed the Book of Bob. I bought it for her, bought her the calendar, and now we're going through Cooking with Cats. So it really has bonded us, and I just wanted to say I appreciate that so much, and everything that you've done for us and everything that you've done for everyone. I wish you nothing but the best, and thank you so much for all the years. Have a happy retirement, Bob. We love you.
Hey Bob, it's Brittany in the Philippines, and I just wanted to say thank you for decades of laughter. I started listening when I was in middle school in Savannah, Georgia, and used to tune in my radio and would record the Bob and Sheri show on a cassette tape to listen to when I got home, and until I could start listening online. And then podcasts came out, and I have taken you guys all over the world. I work fighting human trafficking, so it's kind of heavy, and I've done it in Eastern Europe and across Southeast Asia. I even helped some Afghans get out of Afghanistan when it fell, and it's just somehow I ended up in just a heavy line of work, just emotionally draining, and I just can't even begin to tell you how nice it is to be able to turn on your show and pull up a podcast and just laugh and hear American accents and just a sense of home. So I just wanted to share my favorite Bob moments or Bob stories. Hezbollah in Maine, the pot guy on the show where you all just said, shame on me, man. The story when you were locked in the bathroom, and I think in Venice, or any travel stories, just the constant, it's always something. And then, of course, the SUV in the pool was such a classic. So thank you so much just for getting up early and all the sacrifices. You really have, I think, just helped so many lives and just brought us foreigner or expats just so much joy and just a sense of America living overseas. I will definitely miss you.
Hey, Bob, Sheri, Max, Lamar, Doc, and all the crew there at the Bob and Sheri show. This is William from Washington, North Carolina. Bob, I know you've always said that you're nothing special. You're just some kind of chucklehead who says funny things and makes fun of himself, and you're not all that. But, dude, let me tell you, Bob, let me tell you what. You have been there for so long, for so many people. You have, at their lowest points, you have picked people up and gave them something to smile and laugh about. At our highest points, you were that something a little extra special to make it just even better. And I've listened to you for almost 30 years now, since you two pretty much first started. And you've made me laugh through some pretty rough times in my life, and that's no small feat. I'll be honest with you. That's a rare gift, sir. And you know what? You guys, and Bob, don't feel bad. You've not even won one Marconi Award, because you have done something better, my friend. You have won the hearts and friendship of millions of people around the world. And we will never forget you. You've got so many past Bob episodes, himself, Chit Chat. I mean, we just got so many wonderful memories. And I know this for a fact, Bob. I know this for a fact. If you would say, on some social media or mention to Sheri, and Sheri says, Bob's feeling a little lonely because he, can't talk to anybody because Mary's just had enough of him. And I I guarantee you, if we knew where to meet you, Bob, the roads would be choked full of hundreds of thousands of cars, and people would, if just say, "Hey, Bob," and then that's about it. I know you don't like the hugs, but we'll miss you. So you take care and enjoy yourself. And Mary, have a great day. Bye.
Hey, it's Catherine in Savannah. I can't get the microphone on the app to work. Sorry for having to call old school. And I know I can say this because I'm sure Bob doesn't check any of these messages. Sherry, you said Bob's not going to get the proverbial gold watch for retirement because you're not part of a corporation, which is true. But you're a part of something much better, which is a community. You have 1 million listeners according to your own stats, and I think if you put up a GoFundMe or something that you would get hundreds, if not thousands of those. Even if a tenth, you could give him something absolutely amazing for us all to pay our appreciation for the last 30 years. So anyway, something to think about. I'd be in first in line to contribute to it. Best of luck going forward. I will still be on the other end of the podcast every day. And I know you and Lamar will, and the gang, Bob, Doc, Heather, Max, everybody will be very successful.
Good morning, Bob and Jerry. I just had to call and wish Bob a happy retirement. I haven't quite come to terms with the fact that I will no longer be able to hear him on the radio, but am thankful that the show is still going to continue. I literally don't know life without Bob and Sheri as I know it, and so that will be an adjustment, but a very well-earned retirement. Congrats, Bob.
Hi, Bob and Sheri. This is Erin from Kentucky, and I'm just calling to congratulate Bob on his retirement. I'm so sad to hear you go, but I'm so glad you're going to get to enjoy all of your retirement and all the fun things. I've been a listener for my entire adult life, over 20 years now, and you guys are the background to everything good, bad, ugly that's happened in my life. You guys were actually playing when my kids were born, because when the hospital asked if they could play something that would relax me or make me laugh, my husband had them put on your podcast. So there's a fun fact. But thank you for everything you do. I've enjoyed all the years of listening, and I will enjoy many, many more years of listening. But congratulations, Bob. Well deserved, and enjoy it. Hey, this is Erin from Kentucky again, and my husband just reminded me that I forgot to tell y'all something that I guess is kind of important in our story. Our very first date 20 years ago was him taking me to meet Bob and Sheri in the Joseph Beth bookstore in Lexington, Kentucky. So whenever we celebrate our dating anniversary and that picture of our first date pops up, it's got Bob and Sheri in it. And that's just another part of our fun Bob and Sheri story. So again, congratulations, Bob.
Hi, Bob and Sheri, Lamar and Max and Doc, Heather, the whole gang. This is Sam from Indiana. I just want to say thank you. Thank you, Bob. All your years, you have kept us entertained and on our toes. I have been listening since I was a child in the 90s and riding in the car to school with my mom. And you guys really are just a security blanket. I have called several times over the years as well, requesting that Sheri read bedtime stories because my kids will fall asleep, especially in the car. I can't thank you guys enough. You have been almost my whole life just my favorite, and now your podcast, I can carry you with me literally everywhere I go. You're the best in the whole world, and don't ever forget it. Thank you, guys.
Well, hello, gang. I'm speaking to you from Hanover, Germany, where I live now with my German wife. Bob, I hear you're retiring. I'm a Charlotte native and have been listening to you since you came to Charlotte, and have been a fan forever. And I think I have no words. You will be missed.
Hey, this message is primarily for Bob. Bob, this is Stephanie. You don't know me, but I feel like I know you, just like everybody feels like they know you if they've listened to you for years. But I heard you were retiring the other day because a friend texted me. She knew I was a few episodes behind, and she knew I'd want to know. So when I heard, I teared up. I teared up a little bit, went home, told my husband, hey, Bob's retiring, and his response was, babe, I'm so sorry. I'm going through a little bit of a tough time right now, and you all, the Bob and Sheri show, you guys have been my constant, like my mainstay. You've been solid. You've been there for me. And you know, that's what he was responding to. But I guess I was being selfish, which is lame. You know, I was thinking of myself. But when I listened to the episode where you talked about, you know, what you're going to do and you're retiring and you made the announcement, you seemed so happy and so content. And it made me so happy and content for you. You know, one of the things that I think you demonstrate is that you've been through some tough stuff, but if you just plow through, don't stop, there's contentment and happiness down the road. And here, even in your retirement, you're demonstrating that. And it's neat. I don't know, it's neat to see. And you don't know how you're going to touch people in their lives, you know, I don't know, but you sure have, you've been a lot to a lot of people. And I just wanted to tell you that and tell you I'm happy for you and that I love you. And I will cherish the times we've had, and I will cherish all the times that Cher, Lamar, Doc, and Max and I will have ahead. Love you guys. Thanks.
Hey, Bob, Sheri, everyone else. This is Brenda from Tennessee. Of course, I'm on my way home. It's most mornings when I'm tagging y'all. But I'm listening to this about Bob retiring, and there's a different perspective from some of us older folks. I'm going to miss him on there. I like his voice. I like his sense of humor. He's a little bit left field like me. But the biggest thing I'm excited for you is, hey, you give me hope. I'm 64. I'm getting there. And I'm hoping that by the time I do, I get to retire. You know, that little, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. So when you see somebody retire, you think, ooh, I can too. I think I can, I think I can. I hope you enjoy your retirement. I hope it's everything you planned it to be. And then I hope it's things you didn't plan it to be in a good way. Have a good rest of this life. You've earned it.
Hey, Bob and Sheri, this is Kathy from Charlotte. I've been listening to you for 23 years, and I just wanted to say that I listen to the podcast now. You walk with me a minimum of 5 miles a day, every day, so I thank you for that. You keep me company. But I also want to say that the way I heard that Bob was retiring, since I'm always a few podcasts behind, is through the local NBC network here in Charlotte. That's what a big deal Bob Lacey is, folks. You know, the local TV station is announcing his retirement. So, Bob, I think I said on the Facebook page, I'm going to start wearing black. I'm in complete mourning. I know the rest of the team there at the Bob and Sheri show can keep it going, and I'll continue to listen.
Hey, Bob. It's been a rough week hearing that you're retiring. First, it was Dan Patrick on the radio, sports guy, and I had a feeling that you were going to be retiring soon, too. I got really excited when I paid my annual membership of the Bob and Sheri show. I walked into my wife's room and to our room, and I said, I just paid my annual membership. I got Bob in my ear for one more year. And then you come down with these news. So we're going to miss you, man. But I do want to say I got really excited when you shared that you wanted to do some traveling, because we all know that you come back with some great stories. So maybe you can do a drop in periodically like Lamar would do before he was been full time, which we love. But I'm excited because I know you're going to have more stories like your Hezbollah encounter when you're trying to enjoy a quiet morning, and you're running around in Europe while you're trying to find a bathroom and you've got no money for for the bathroom. And the visuals that you give me are so funny because I've been in similar situations, and I know what that's like. So we love those stories. You'll be missed. I appreciate you, Sheri and Max, for keeping us happy, and even though Bob won't be there, I appreciate the show still continuing. You guys rock, and you guys have been a big part of my life. Thank you.
I want to take a moment and thank Bob before he retires. I grew up listening to talk radio with my dad, and I found an affinity for it that lasted a lifetime. Alas, Rush Limbaugh, Don Imus, and Bob Lounsbury that my father listened to never were my vibe. Even Delilah was not what I was looking for, and definitely not Jamie White and Danny Bonaducci. In 2003, I moved to Oregon, and finally I found the voices that held my attention, did not make me cringe, did not cause secondary embarrassment, taught me something, and made me laugh. I was hooked, and I bought my very first iPod in 2005 just to listen to this new thing called a podcast. From that day on, I never missed a Bob and Sheri show. In 2009, I lost my father to cancer. I was 30 years old with young kids, and I was finally hearing and realizing what my father was trying to teach me over the years. I missed his wisdom and his life experience, and I found myself more and more leaning on Bob to help fill a massive hole of grief and loss. Bob, I want you to know that my children know that they're going to see every lighthouse that we happen to be within 30 miles from. I invested in Vanguard. I think before I buy something trendy, and the phrase, "that was money," goes through my head. I recycle everything I can. And when life has its moments, I find myself saying, it's always something. And I did not buy that condo downtown. You never got the Marconi you deserved, but the awards and gifts you have given others have been profound. It has been with me. Congratulations on your retirement, and shine on.
Hey y'all, hey that whole crew. This is Sarah in Wilmington. It's taken me like a couple days to get it together, but y'all don't even have to play this on the air if you don't want to, because I'm not trying to be like terribly sappy, and I will be very vague, but this message is specifically for Bob. Bob, my brother, oh my gosh, dude, you just really need to know the way that you, without knowing it, or maybe knowing it, I don't think you did, the way that you taught people to carry on in life with loss. You are a magician, my friend, and you're really an amazing teacher. And for all the hard time that everyone gives you, myself included, you're a real wonder. And it shouldn't surprise anyone that you're Sheri's gold best friend. Please don't ever short yourself. Please don't ever forget. Please don't ever, 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 ever forget that there are people out here who listen to you in the morning after they didn't know what they were going to do or how they were going to start over, literally in ways that are unimaginable, and hearing your voice went, okay, maybe I can do this. Thank you so much for giving so much of yourself publicly. We love you and we appreciate you. And boy, oh boy, are we going to miss you. And you better make some like weird judgy cameos. I'm really looking forward to that. Anyway, oh my God, I love you guys so much. Bye.
Hey, Bob, Sheri, Doc, and Lamar. You guys are awesome. I've been listening to y'all since 1999. My name's Melissa, by the way. So sad to hear that Bob's retiring, but also it's a happy moment. I was just wondering, Bob, are you going to take the jingle stick with you or leave it there for Sheri? And Sheri, you are so amazing. The story you shared with us before Christmas about your depression state, I'm right up the alley with you, girl. I completely understand that. I've been going through that for the past year myself and my husband, and I just want to let you know that I've been praying for you, and I hope everyone has a great day. Thank you.
Hi, Bob and Sheri crew. I just wanted to say congratulations on Bob's retirement. This is Mariah from Vermont, and I wanted to say that I've been listening since high school, so about 15 years. I know that's not as long as some other people, but I hear all the other folks calling in and saying that their kids listen now, and you've been with them for so long, and you had to wait, Bob, until I was pregnant and extra emotional and hormonal to announce your retirement. So now I'm just listening to all of the retirement content and just can't hold it together like I normally would. So congratulations to you. I'm going to be over here crying every morning. It's mixed with laughter from the regular content of the show, but it's been hard, and I knew this was coming for a while, but it's tough on the audience, you can tell, and that just speaks to how much of a legacy you've created on the show. And I know that Sheri, Lamar, and the rest of the crew will do a great job. And it'll just be different. And change is hard, but congratulations.
Hi, Bob and Sheri. This is Amy from Lexington, Kentucky. I just wanted to thank Bob for all his years of entertainment. Definitely put a smile on my face every morning, and I wish him well in his retirement. The only question I have is the jingle stick going to be retiring as well? I sure hope not, because I love that. Anyway, thank you again for all you all do. Bye.
Hey, this is for Bob. I saw you in Char Bar one night when you were living in Charlotte, and I saw you several times there. But I wanted to tell you before you left the air that I was going through a hard time in my life, and I pretty much wanted to call it quits. You know what I mean? And I wasn't an avid listener of your show, but one day I had your show on, and you were talking about how you felt like there were people sitting at a round table, the gods or whatever, and you said something to the effect of they were talking about what can we do to Bob next to just make his life a lot harder. And that just hit me that, somebody else was going through what I'm going through. And you made a little bit of laughter about it, and it changed my life. And I just want you to know that this has nothing to do with, I just wanted to tell you, and the little things that you said, have a far-reaching effect on people, and it did for me. So good luck in your retirement. I hope you all the best. Bye-bye.
Hello, Bob, Sheri, Doc, and Lamar. Hope everyone's having a great 2025. I'm struggling a little bit this year just because I've been trying to find a job for the last year or so. Unfortunately, nothing's been coming my way, so I keep on plugging at the resumes and hoping something will come. But, Bob, I heard that you're going to be retiring. I was hoping that you would have said that on April 1st. That way we could just think that it's an April Fool's joke. Unfortunately, you didn't, so we'll just have to listen to your voice with past messages. Have a good day. Bye.
Hi, guys. I just wanted to say good morning, and this is Lori from Ohio, and I read the article about the retirement, and I tell you what, it's the first time I've ever found out how old Bob is. I was absolutely stunned. I think I read that sentence like 3 or 4 times. 75 years old? Honey, you are rocking. You look great. I was just amazed, and it was so nice to hear about everything that you guys have done in your careers and how things have unfolded behind the scenes. So I just wanted to let you know that I love you all. Bob, you will be totally, sincerely missed. I hope you show up occasionally when you're not out having fun and traveling and hanging with Mary. But you just look great. And I'm going to miss some Bobisms, so if you could pop in every now and then and let me know some things and some things that Bob did not know, because some of the stuff I don't know, but Bob's brave enough to tell it. So I just wanted to let you know I love you. You will be missed. I've listened to you guys for years, and that's all. I love you, and I'll be listening closely for the last few days of Bob.
Hey, this is Cheryl from Tennessee. I just wanted to call in and say to Bob that I'm very sad that he's retiring, but I did want to let him know the impact that he's had on my life. Many, many years ago, over 20-something years ago, I started listening to the show, and I've loved it. I've listened to it every day since. But early in my adulthood, Bob discussed how he did not like when people said no problem in response to thank you. And he explained why, and he said that the best response was my pleasure. And I actually took that to heart because Bob seemed like he was a good professional man, and he was successful. I didn't really have any adult role models in my life to teach me how to behave professionally. I was the first college graduate in my family. But I took that little bit of advice and how to respond and talk to people, and it served me well in my career, and it's just changed the way that people view me professionally. And I've always had that attitude of it's my pleasure instead of no problem. And every time I'm in that situation, I hear Bob's little voice saying, "Do not say no problem. It's not professional. It's not kind." And I just want to say thank you. I'm going to miss you, and it's not going to be the same, but I will forever be a listener as long as everybody's still there. And I know it can't be forever, but I'm going to enjoy it while I can. Thank you, guys.
Hey, Bob and Sheri. This is Jennifer from Prescott, Maine. I think it's been close to 25 years that the Bob and Sheri show came to our local radio station, and it's been part of my life ever since. When my kids were little, they had no choice but to listen. It played in my vehicle. It played in our kitchen every morning. We knew that when Morons in the News came on, it was time to finish up, get ready, get outside. The bus was going to be coming. And they're all grown up, moved out of the house, and guess what? All three listen by choice now. Two things. Bob, will you please call and leave us a talk back once in a while? I think that would be hysterical. And two, can we hear Uncle Creepy just one more time? Thanks. I wish for you the bougiest retirement ever, where every day is on the water, a glass of wine in one hand, a lobster roll in the other, and a skipper hat that says freaking legend. We love you. From the words of the legend himself, good luck to ya.
I was just calling to wish Bob a very happy retirement. And Sheri, prayers for you to adjust and just get used to the whole thing. Bob, I wanted to let you know that I grew up listening to you. I remember years and years ago when you did a little prank imitating Evel Knievel on I believe it was a tricycle with a handkerchief parachute, and I remember watching that. Maybe it was PM Magazine, I don't know. I even listened to you as a young girl on Lacey Listens when I was still awake at night. And I just have many, many good memories, and I'm wishing you the best in retirement. It is your time to shine and embrace life and just live it to the fullest. Know that you have made such a good growing up years for so many of us. Thank you. God bless. Bye-bye.
Hey, Bob, Sheri, Max, Doc, Heather, Tony, everybody involved. This is Pat from Eugene, Oregon. This is for Bob, and congratulations, Bob. Amazing. I know you've had a long career, and you deserve this. One little thing for you, Bob. Even though I love to sleep in, I worked in medicine for years and years and years, and I still wake up at 5:30 in the morning. So don't think that'll happen. The other thing was you were telling the thing about travel. I have a very funny story. Was that my husband and I are well traveled, and we went to France. We went on a cruise, and we ended up in France, in Paris. We were wandering around outside the touristy area, away from that, and we found this little Italian restaurant. So we're like, well, we're in France. Let's go have Italian food. So we go in, bonjour, how's everything, blah, blah, blah. We sit down, and the waitress comes over, and she says, bonjour. And we say, parlez-vous anglais? No, Espanol and French. And we started laughing. And I speak a little Spanish, and we went, dos agua. We muddled through, and we had the best time with this waitress. She was from Argentina. So we get home, and we're telling my in-laws about this. And my in-laws are not well-traveled or very worldly. And my mother-in-law very plainly looks at me and goes, well, I don't understand. Why didn't she speak English? I'm like, well, let's see. We're in France, and Spain's like right next door. And she was from Argentina, and not everybody speaks English, Mom. I just thought it was a very, very funny story. So congratulations again, Bob, and the best of luck. Have fun, travel, enjoy, and just have a great time. We'll miss you.
Hi, Bob, Sheri, Max, Lamar, and Doc. This is Helen calling from Nassau, New York. That's Nassau the town and not Nassau the county, which is a very different place. First, a very quick congratulations to Bob on your upcoming retirement. And related to that, I actually have a request. I, along with many other listeners, actually often benefit from Bob's mansplaining. So, Bob, when you retire, we're going to have someone to take that role when you're no longer there. For example, Lamar, you were just talking about taking your wife out to a meat and three sides place. And me being from New York, I'm sitting here thinking, what the heck is he talking about? But there was Bob to the rescue, and he was able to explain that for us. So please make sure you have someone that will continue to carry on that honor in Bob's absence. Thank you, guys. I hope you all have an amazing day. And Bob, I hope you have an amazing retirement.
Hi, Bob, Sheri, Max, Lamar, and Doc. This is Melissa from Tampa. Bob, I just want to let you know that it has been so wonderful getting to listen to you and Sheri and everybody on the show. But I'm going to miss you so much. I know that I've called in a couple times and kicked your butt a little bit, but you really are. I mean, you're a great father. You're a friend, a performer. You know, you're so many things to so many different people. And you've just, I don't know, it's the show that you've put together with Sheri is such a wonderful diversion in this world where so much is going on every day. So I just want to say thank you so much for that. And I also just want to add in one little thing. I just don't know, like Citizen Patrol. I don't know if that's the best for you. I know that you would look dashing in your uniform if they wear a uniform because, you know, you're Bob. But I just have a feeling that mouth is going to run away with you one day, and that it's probably going to turn into, you know, it's going to go from Citizen Patrol to Vigilante Light. And I'm just really worried that you're going to get your butt kicked. You're just going to get like a beating from somebody, and none of us want that to happen. So if there's anything else that you can do, maybe Sheri, Lamar, somebody can like push him, get Mary to push him in that direction. Anyway, love you so much, Bob. Congratulations.
Bob. This is Tiffany from Zanesville, Ohio. I am catching up on the podcast and just heard the news. I'm sure the show is being flooded with messages. I believe I started listening to you in 1995 or 96 at the end of high school. Like many listeners have shared, you've been with me through so much. The end of college, my first big move away from your listening area where I had to stream the show live on a computer, and through a lot of failed relationships. Only one marriage so far, but you all give me hope there's time. I thought on the January 12th podcast, Sheri hinted that you were leaving, and I lost my breath for a second, and now it's confirmed. I just wanted to extend a sincere thank you for all the laughs, the entertainment, the Bobisms, for being the inspiration in Sheri's book about Bob. I hope you and Mary still make an occasional appearance on the show or happy hour, and I wish you, Mary, your girls, grandkids, everyone, all the very best. And thank you again.
Hi, Bob and Sheri. My name is Daphne. I've been listening to you since the 5th grade. And I just wanted to let you guys know, you guys are totally awesome on the radio. I enjoy every day when I get to get up and hear the Oddcast and stuff like that. I'm also came to tell Bob congratulations on his retirement. I don't know much about retirement. I think it's an adult's way of saying I'm going on a summer break for the rest of my life. But tell me if I'm wrong, please. Yeah, just to say you guys are totally awesome and you make my day every day. Thank you. Bye.
Hey, Bob and Sheri team. Kelsey in Tennessee. Just heard the news about Bob retiring, and all I gotta say is, what are y'all doing to us? We're not even halfway through January, and first we have to lose Hoda Kotb on the Today Show, and now Bob. I mean, this year's just down the drain already. Like, what are we going to do without both of y'all? But congratulations, that's so exciting. I do hope that Bob will make guest appearances. Love the segment, Things Bob Didn't Know, so maybe as he's out and about with his free time, he'll learn more things that he doesn't know, and he can come and tell us. But again, congratulations. You've worked hard for many years, so you definitely deserve this. And maybe you and Hoda could get together and, chat about retirement since y'all are leaving us. But anyways, honestly, congratulations and best of luck. All right, bye, everybody.
Hey, Bob and Sheri. This is Rick Collins. I just want to say I've listened to your show for many years. Bob, I hate to see you retire, but I want to tell you retirement's good. I retired after 30 years in the sheriff's office in Fayetteville, North Carolina. And I used to work homicide. I'd listen to you sometimes after I'd had a terrible homicide case at night, and on my way home after you come on the air in the morning to kind of cheer me up after that situation for a lot of years. And but I've listened to y'all since y'all been together on the radio, and I moved to the beach a couple years ago, and I know you're at the beach now, so enjoy your retirement and good luck with everything, and love listening to y'all. And Sheri, you've kept me awake some mornings at 4, 5, 6 o'clock, just after those all-nighters when you ragging on Bob. Y'all are hilarious and informative. Take care.
Hey, Bob and Sheri family. This is Felicia, and I'm from Maine. This message is for Bob. I was reading an article, and it was about your very important holiday tradition of the price of the 12 days of Christmas. And I know this is going to be upsetting, but I know you would want to end your career on the highest note. But I want you to know that it has been calculated incorrectly. And even the Fortune magazine article I found online was saying that the 12 days of Christmas, the 5 golden rings, were like actual rings, like gold bands. And it's actually the ring-necked pheasant is it's the bird that they're talking about. So the cost is being calculated improperly. So I didn't know if you needed to remedy this in some way. I just thank you for all the wonderful years. I've been listening to you for, forever, for a long time. And I'm so happy for your retirement, Bob. You deserve it. You will be greatly missed, but we're very happy for you. Best wishes. Have a good day.
Oh, dearest Bob and Sheri crew, you're going to receive 1 million of these messages, and I know that you are. And I will just be one of thousands, which is exactly what you deserve, but I'm a little behind. So I just heard Bob's retirement and his announcement of his retirement. And there are no words to what your show has done for me. Bob, I lost my dad, not to death, but to something very different a long time ago. And when I would hear you on the radio, as childish as it sounds in my old age, I would listen to your advice as if you were my father. And Sheri, I lost my mother, again, to different circumstances, not death. And Lamar, you're like the uncle that I've always wanted. Max, I have a brother that I love very much, but you're just like another sibling that I wish I got to see at Christmas time. And Doc, God darn it, I just wish I got to know you better. But I just needed to tell you all the profound influence that you have had over me and helped me through so much. And you don't even know it. But congratulations on your retirement, Bob. You deserve it. And I hope you have the best time with your family. And I'm going to continue to listen forever. Just know that the world loves you. The world loves you. So keep it up.
Hey, Bob and Sheri. This is Berlin. I'm calling in from Florida. So I just saw Sheri's post on Instagram about Bob retiring. And I didn't really think it was going to hit me. But I'm just devastated because you guys have been, Bob, you've been a part of my life for over 20 years. And I've been through a lot of struggles. I've been through good times and bad times. And you guys have always been there for me. And I called my sister, and I was very upset. And she was like, "Wait a minute, are you serious?" And I was like, "Yeah, I really don't know what to do. Bob is leaving." And she said, "They don't even know you." And I was like, "You don't understand. It's not a question of if they know me. They do know me. You guys are more than my friends. You guys are more than my family." And there's been, days in my life where I just didn't want to be here anymore, And I would wake up in the morning and put on your show. And within about 10, 15 minutes, I feel like, things aren't so bad. I got Bob and Sheri. And Bob, I just want to say thank you for everything that you've done and the impact that you've made in my life. And I'm going to miss you, and I'm going to think about you. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cry. But I hope God blesses you and your family and that you have a great retirement. And I just want to say thank you for everything that you've done, and it means so much to me. And bye, y'all.
Bob. This is Heidi, the dairy farmer from Wisconsin, and I am just calling to let you know that, first of all, I'm so happy for your retirement, and I've been dreading this day, and I'm going to miss having your voice in my ear at 4:30 in the morning as I'm taking care of my calves and my farm and thinking and laughing to myself. And I'm sure my employees think that I'm just crazy as I'm walking around laughing. But I had to break the news to my daughter today that, who is named Mary, that you had announced your retirement. And she's so smart and witty that her first thing that she said to me was, "That's good for Bob. It's his turn to be a trophy wife." And I just about died because that's Mary. And we're going to miss you, and we wish you the best of luck. And we hope that you eventually can make it to Door County, Wisconsin, to experience our East Coast of the Midwest. Anyway, we're happy for you. Enjoy your retirement. We think it sucks, but we knew it was coming. Thanks.
Hi everyone, this is Heather from California. This is my 30th time trying to record this without breaking down. Thank you, Bob, for everything that you have done throughout your career. I am so blessed to have found the Bob and Sheri show 16 years ago. And I have been a faithful listener every day since. And it's going to be hard not to hear your voice in the near future. But it's okay. You earned retirement. I'll get over it. I love you guys because you guys are so real. Unlike celebrities, you guys are just true, honest, real people that wake up and just want to make people forget the craziness and the heaviness of our lives. Give us some laughs. You guys have shared so much with us. And thank you, Bob, for sharing the good, the bad, the happy, the triumphs. Because when I am going through those things, I know that the Bob and Sheri show is full of real people just trying to do the same. I wish you the absolute best of luck in retirement. Congratulations on your new grandchild, and I hope you and Mary have a wonderful time traveling, and just know that we're all going to miss hearing Bob Lacey and Sheri and Lamar and Max. I can't wait for the show to go on and see how it progresses, and we'll be here listening and loving you guys always.
Hey guys, longtime listener and multi-caller Jen B, reporting from the Redneck Riviera on the west coast of Florida. Just catching up with my podcast, and listening to Bob's issue with dryer sheets brought back a childhood core memory of living through the War of the Roses stage of my parents' ill-fated marriage. My father, God rest his soul, had a similar issue with his unmentionables. However, it was not brought on by bounce. It was instigated by my contentious yet somewhat discreet mother, who thoughtfully separated my father's undergarments from the rest of the family's load. Then, during the drying stage of the process, would toss in a fistful of fiberglass insulation she would randomly pull from an unfinished wall of our basement laundry room that she nagged him monthly to finish drywalling. Fortunately, my father stocked shelves at the local A&P grocery store and could easily pocket cans of Jock Itch spray as needed. But the embarrassing scratching, grabbing, and bow-legged just-off-the-horse swagger into my basketball games and other functions was just as uncomfortable for me as it was for him. When his friends and colleagues would approach him with words of comfort and some sympathy once the divorce was final, he would always respond, "It's okay, I feel great. It seems that the only thing that could cure my jock itch was a divorce." In all seriousness, Bob, I wish you a long, healthy, happy retirement, and thank you from the bottom of my heart. Both you and Sheri have made a huge impact on my life, much like most of my favorite teachers and professors, only it's been for all of my adult life, not just a few years. You've saved me thousands in therapy, as you can imagine was justifiably required. Best wishes to you, my friend. I hope to run into you and Mary on vacation again sometime. Stay well. Peace out.
Hey, Bob, Sheri, Max, Lamar, and Doc. This is Frankie Vickers out of Corbin, Kentucky. This message mostly pertains to Bob. I put a long message on Facebook, but, you know, if you don't read your emails, I doubt you'll read Facebook. Just kidding with you, Bob. But I personally just wanted to come on here while I still had the time to say thank you for everything. You guys got me through a lot. You have no idea. And I just really just wanted to personally let you hear my voice just to say thank you. So all the years, all the laughs, you guys were the ones that got me through when my grandfather passed. Nothing else lifted my spirits, but you guys did. So Bob, I just really wanted to have you listen to me and just hear how grateful I am to have listened to you for over 30 years. Take care, Bob. Happy retirement. I wish you all the best. Bye.
Hey, Bob and Sheri. This is Andrea from Grand Junction. I just wanted to leave a talk back and congratulate Bob on announcing his retirement. And two, let Sheri and the rest of the team know that I am thinking of them during this time of significant change. I started listening to you all when I got my first car when I was in high school, and I am now about to turn 30. And you all have just given me such familiarity and comfort with your voice. I was telling my sister when she told me the news that Bob was retiring, and it absolutely devastated me, that I find as much comfort and peace with hearing your voices as I do like my parents. So congratulations, Bob, on your retirement. Know that you have changed so many people's lives. And Sheri, I am thinking of you as a girl who doesn't handle change well myself. Hang in there, and congratulations.
I am sitting here listening to your podcast, and I'm always a day behind. And I just heard Bob announce that he is retiring. And I just love him so much. Long-time listener. I've been listening since the 90s, and I'm kind of heartbroken. I just love him. And I know the show will go on and it'll be fun, but we won't have Bob.
Hey, Bob, Sheri, Max, Doc, Lamar. This is mostly for Bob. It's hard to process, but you know what? You deserve to retire too. I know I'm a fellow Virgo, and I know that we're pretty close to the same age, but I've been fortunate where I have been retired since I was 53. So, Bob, I think you deserve to retire. I wish you the best. We'll miss you so much. Love you guys. Bye.
Hi, my name is Joseph. I live in New York, Hudson, New York. I heard this morning that Bob put in his retirement notice, and I thought it was funny the date he chose. So I've been listening to you guys the entire time I've been working at my current job, and me and him are leaving the same time, and I'm moving all the way down to Conway, South Carolina. So I kind of wanted to call and do my first ever call and point that out. I hope you guys have a great day and great, Bob, I hope you have a great month, and I'll keep listening to you guys on the radio. Bye.
Hi, Bob, Sheri, Lamar, Max, Doc, and Heather. I'm Allison from New York. Bob, first of all, my husband and I had the pleasure of meeting you, Sheri, and Lamar in Maine last summer. I was a little starstruck to meet you all, plus I'm a little shy, so I didn't say some things I wish I had said. When I heard you retiring, I felt I have to say some things, mostly directed to Bob. I want to share my mutual love of the state of Maine with you. I've been visiting there every year, almost my entire life. I found you guys during the summer of 2020, listening on a battery-operated radio in the mountains. My husband and I were able to work remotely, and the rest of my family, so we ended up being able to stay for the summer. At the time, I was dealing with a difficult loss, and you helped get me through. I found you right when I needed you. And I really want to say, I know you guys joke that what you do is just fluff or unimportant, but it's the most important. You provide relief from troubles we may have, the reality of what's going on in the world. You truly enrich our lives, and you mean so much to so many people. No one's retirement has affected me like this. There's something about the radio, hearing you guys every day, and that you open your lives to us. We feel like we know you. Other radio shows try that type of thing, but it's not the same. You guys have something really special. Bob, I really want to thank you for all of the laughs. I love your self-deprecating humor, that you're a good sport. I'm so glad I got to meet you. I'll continue listening to the show. I'm sure it will still be great, but I'm going to miss you, Bob. And secretly hoping that maybe you'll pop in once in a while. I do hope you have a very happy retirement. Please enjoy it. You deserve it. I hope the best for you, Mary, your kids and your grandkids. And Bob, please know that you have made the world a better place. Thank you for that.
Good morning, Bob. This is Christine from North Carolina, and I want to respond to something you just said.
You said this is just a radio show, and I wanted to tell you that it's not just a radio show that you and Sheri do every morning. And, you know, for me, since 1999, I've listened to you, and I really have enjoyed your show. You know, I had a long commute, and I'd listen to the radio 35 miles each way in the morning, and you know, I've gone through relationships. I've had my child. When she was a toddler, she used to say, Mommy, put on the Bob and Sheri show. And we would listen to you while I drove her to daycare. I mean, you're part of our lives. We feel like you're our friends. We identify with you. We love you. We love your personalities. We love your opinions, and we love your quirks. We feel like we've shared in your lives and your spouses, your kids, your grandkids, and all the things that happen and that we identify with as well. Whenever there's a cultural or a world or a news event, we tune in to see what Bob and Sheri have to say about this. We really, really love you, and we're really, really going to miss you, Bob. I don't know how to convey to you how much you mean to your audience. And saying goodbye feels like such a painful closure that we're not going to hear you on the radio every morning. But I wanted to thank you for all the laughs and all the memories, and there have just been so many. We will never forget you, and we're going to miss you so much. And I wish you the very, very best in your retirement. I hope it's everything that you've dreamed of, and that you and your lovely wife get to enjoy life with your kids and your grandkids and share in those family memories that you're going to make. I just wanted to tell you how much we love you, Bob. And it's not just a radio show. It's like our family.
I will tell you what, no matter what happens to this show or any of the people who work here, there is not one of us who won't go off into the sunset remembering how you made us feel. And, man, that's priceless. That's everything you could ever want and then some, all wrapped up with a bow. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Bob and Sheri Oddcast. Thank you for reaching out to tell Bob what he's meant to you for all the time you've been listening, because, you know, you're the reason we do it. We'll see you next time on the Oddcast.